Event hit is blueprint event that triggers whenever a collision occurs on an actor that's set up to detect hits. In simple terms, if your actor makes contact with another object or actor, this event is fired. It's your entry point to handle logic immediately after a collision, such as playing a sound, spawning particles, applying damage, or even changing the object's behavior. For example, I will create new actor class blueprint. Name it BP_hit. Inside of it, I will add two new components, cube and a sphere. I will separate them and drop them somewhere in the level. I will also delete this other box and cube because I don't need it anymore. Now inside of Blueprint, I will click on Event Graph. If you have your sphere or cube selected, you can click on BP hit. So whole blueprint is selected, not just component from it. And in empty space, I will search for Event Hit. I can also right-click on the empty space here where it says Graph. Override function. Hit. Event hit also has option to tell us who was other actor that hit us. So I will look for print string node and connect in string to other. If I play now, if I hit or walk to the cube in left top corner, I can see my character name. Same with the sphere. I can see who was other actor that hit this sphere or cube. As you can see, this event hit works for the whole blueprint, not just sphere or cube. I could also add event hit just for the sphere. In that case, I would select the sphere from my components panel. Right-click in an empty space on the graph. Add event for sphere. Collision. Add on component hit. I will add print string node and connect in string to other actor. And remove this connection here. Now if I play, if I hit cube, nothing is happening. And if I hit sphere, I can see my character's name. So we have event hit and on component hit. Event hit works for the whole blueprint, and component hit just for component. Hit between my character and sphere was detected because of something called collision. So if I look in my character's blueprint, click on Capsule component. And in Details panel, look for collision. Here I can see that my object type is pawn. Now if I go back to my blueprint hit, select the sphere. In Details panel, look for collision. I can set collision preset to custom so that I can set it. Here I can see that my sphere is set to block the pawn. So block means that the object will physically block or be blocked by another object. Here I can see that object type of sphere is world dynamic. And if I look at my character's blueprint, he is set to block world dynamic. Because they are set to block each other, they will collide and event hit will trigger. So inside of my BP hit, with sphere selected, I will set to ignore the pawn. This means that the object will completely ignore any interaction with the specified collision channel. Now if I play, I can just pass through sphere, because sphere is set to ignore the pawn, and I'm the pawn. If I set it to overlap, the object will detect when it overlaps with another object, but it won't physically block or be blocked by it. I will return it to block. Now if I play, I can no longer pass through sphere and hit is registered inside of my character blueprint. If I set my character to ignore world dynamic and play, I can pass through the box or sphere because my character is ignoring them now. I will set world dynamic to be blocked. I will add cube to the level. set it above from the sphere. In Details panel, I will set the cube to simulate physics, so that cube will fall onto the sphere. In Details panel, I will look for collision. Here I can see that object type is physics body, and it's set to block world dynamic. In my hit blueprint, sphere is set to block physics body. Now if I play, cube hit sphere but nothing happened, hit didn't occur. Now you would think, because they are both set to block each other, that hit would occur. And that is correct, but when it comes to other physics object colliding with each other, I have to check simulation generates hit events for object that I want to register hit event. In this case, I want my sphere to register that hit event. So with my sphere selected, I will click. This simulation generates hit events to be true. Now if I play, I can see cube printed on the screen, meaning I successfully registered that hit event. I could also add event hit inside of my level blueprint. First, I will add a cube to the level. With cube selected, I will open level blueprint. I will right-click in an empty space. I will expand Add Event for Cube. Collision. Add on actor hit. In parenthesis, I can see name of that cube. I will search for Destroy Actor. I can connect Self Actor to the target. Or I can reference that cube and connect it to target. Right now I have to give it a target because we are inside of level blueprint, and this Destroy Actor node can destroy any object inside of my level, and I have to specifically tell it what object I want it to destroy. Now when I play, when I hit the cube, it's destroyed. If I position other cube above this one, and play the game, nothing happened. Our cube wasn't destroyed. That's because cube that we added and that we wanted to destroy doesn't have simulation generates hit events turned on by default, so we have to do it manually. I will select the cube that I want to destroy. In Details panel, I will look for collision, and I will set simulation generates hit events to true. Now if I play, my cube was destroyed. So remember, if your actor makes contact with another object or actor, event hit is fired. Make sure to check what object type you have and what object type you want to interact with. Make sure that they are both set to block one another. And if you want two physics objects to interact with each other through event hit, make sure simulation generates hit events is set to true for the object that you want to fire event hit for. It's important to understand that collision that happens with character happens on capsule component. So if I select my capsule component, make it bigger, and turn off hidden in game. Now if I play, as soon as this sphere around me touches something, event hit is fired. I will just return everything like it was before. And I will delete everything from the level. And some nodes from blueprints.